So I am desperately in need of a link in bio page. I've been doing content creation, I think for over 2 years now, and have just been relying on, like, for example, Instagram, where you can just put in individual links. And I think it's time that we actually do it. So I'm using ClickFunnels. It is the site I've been using for my website, email, digital products, courses. It's kind of like an all-in-one platform. And the biggest plus for me is the email marketing aspect to it. If anyone has any experience with email marketing, you know that with most platforms that just have email marketing, the price is dependent on how much contacts you have, which, if any small business owner knows, gets really expensive really fast. So with ClickFunnels, it's like a one-time yearly fee. I think you can do monthly as well. So no matter how many contacts I have, it will always be the same price. And then on top of just email marketing, it has all these other aspects. So it just makes sense for my business. If you guys are interested in it, I will leave a link below to check it out. But yeah, so I'm going to be using it to create my link in bio page, because then it's directly on my website. I'll get all the clicks, all the stats will go automatically to my website versus going to someone else's site, so might as well. I'm using a template that I started just to get people to sign up to my newsletter through Instagram and stuff, so we're going to be using that and building onto it to add all the other links that I need to include for people to go onto it. So let's get started. Naming it, I think I just want the URL to just be links, so it's nice and short when it shows on like my Instagram links or whatever. Making sure that it is the correct style for my page. I don't think I want it to be indexed in search engines. I can always change that later. And I don't want it to add to my site navigation. So we're gonna create the page. Alrighty. So first things first, keeping it on the mobile setting, because that will be the main point of view people will be looking at it. I want to separate this into its own rows so I can add some more things in between. So we're going to add a row, leaving it at the one column. And then I'm going to drag and drop all of these into the new row. Now we are going to add a new row. We're going to make it a 3-column so I can have like a picture / icon, text, and then an arrow. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to adjust the settings so that it is displaying horizontally versus vertically. And then I think I want to have it as a border, and we will add a bit of a corner to it so it looks more like a button. I like that. And we'll make it white, and kind of want to go for like a glass effect. So we're going to add a background and then change the opacity to, let's say 32%. And let's design the button for people to click into. Let's go for button. Way too big. I'm going to remove the text and then make it into an icon. I'd like to do an arrow. So let's search arrow. Nice. I think I like this one. Okay, and then we're going to override the style and change the background to none. Okay, I can't find the shadow, but I will find it later and fix it. For now, I think there's my 2. So we're gonna leave that for now, and adding the first link. So the first thing I want to do is add in the link to my challenge. So we're going to add in text, go for subheading for now, and then let's name it. So 12-week graphic design challenge. Okay, and then temporarily going into the desktop view so I can adjust the column widths. So I want the button to be the smallest, and I'm gonna want the image to be the smallest as well, so the text can be large. It looks pretty good. I'll add a couple more things in and see how it looks once the image gets in. Okay, so we're going to add element, add image, click on the image, we're gonna upload it. Okay, it's in there, and it is quite tiny, so I'm going to adjust that. First, we'll make the quality 100%, and then I think I'm going to adjust that a bit, see how that looks. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to adjust the text here. We'll make it a bit smaller, and then adjust this a bit more. Okay, and I want to make it circular. Change the image so that it is more centered into the actual frame. It's looking a little sketchy right now, but we're gonna refine it and make it look nice. So give me a minute. All right, so I want to reduce the image size a bit. So we're going to do it until it looks right. I think about there is good. And now we want to center the text. I think I want to add like a subheading with like more detail. We'll add another element and maybe do a paragraph. Obviously not that much text. I'm gonna go small, maybe add in like a little bit description of what it is. So 12 projects to build your portfolio. And I want that left aligned, make this left aligned as well. Okay, and then this needs to be smaller. Let's override it. Font size, let's do 11. And we will adjust the spacing, or the padding I should say. Last thing would be to make this a bit more centered. Let's do 17, looks good. And then I think I just want to make this a little bit bigger. So we will override this, change it to pixels. Yeah, let's make it 14. Nice. And then I'm just going to shorten this title, change it to the graphic design challenge. All right, I think that's good. I think we just got to fix the button and then we're good to go. Okay, remove the shadow. And now I just want to center it a bit and get a bit more padding on the right side. Padding there. And then we'll left align, see how that helps. And then I think the last thing we'll do is make this a little bit and see how that affects it. Nice, that works. Okay, and then we'll center it. There we go. Okay, so I think we have the template done. Let's add the link to the button. So instead of submit form, we're going to change to go to custom URL and then copy and paste in my challenge. But I like doing this one. And then open a new window just in case. Okay, and there we go. So we have the first template done. So now all we have to do is duplicate the row. So let's go and do that. We'll clone it and then we will click the row and add in, say 20, let's do a little bit less. Let's do 15 top margin to give a bit of space between each one. Okay, so I want to categorize it a bit as I plan to have quite a few links on here. So I'm going to start with the challenge and courses. So I'm going to add in my design fundamentals course into the second link and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I updated the image and I'm just going to update the title here. So design fundamentals, let's spell it right, course. So that went on to 2 lines. So we'll edit that a little bit. And then let's add in a little description here. Learn the rules of design and when to break them. Okay, we'll start by adjusting the line height. So let's do that. We'll do the same for the bottom one. And then let's try taking away the top margin. Okay, so that might work. Let's add back in 5. Okay, that evened it out. It does feel a little cluttered to me. Let's maybe adjust the information paragraph below to make that into 1 line. Probably can take out of design. So learn the rules and when to break them. And then we will just add a bit more top margin to this here. So we are going to make this into its own section. So create a new divider and add it to the bottom. So it's its own little section. Let's create its own row for it. Add it in there. We'll add a clone of that row. And then we just want to name it. Add an element, add a subheading, design challenge / courses. And let's reduce the padding on the bottom. There we go. First section is done. Okay. And then at the top here, I want to have my design resource freebie. So we are going to duplicate or clone, bring it up to here. Let's change this. Free resource guide. Change the description. Top 10 resources for graphic design. Okay, so now we just have to adjust the image here. Just went in for a simple download icon. Then we're going to add in a title for the top and freebies. Okay, now I'm going to go in and add in all of my design products. So I will do that quickly and we'll continue on to the next step. Okay, last thing I want to add in is links for brand partnerships and affiliate links. So we are going to, like I just did, duplicate. So let's add clone. Not too sure what to call it yet. Leave it blank for now and I'll come back to it. But let's go ahead and add a clone and get this down here. Start with Kiddle, as that is one of my top partnerships. Let's go to my Instagram. I can copy this link. Let's go to the little button here and enter in the address. Okay, so it's not showing up as the custom UTM, so I am going to go into my email and get the correct one. Okay, I got it. And there we go. And now let's get Kittle's logo. Let's do this one. So updating the title, and then I'm going to add in my discount code, MarsIG, for 25% off. Use code, get 25% off all paid plans. And there we go. I think I will name it codes/affiliate. This guy needs to have its top margin removed. Okay, perfect. So now we will add in some more. Oh, not that. Clone. Add in the top margin of 15. All right, I'm going to go through and add in the rest of my code/affiliate links, and I will be right back. Okay, last thing I want to add in is a section for people to contact if they want to collaborate with me, as well as link a site I used to get brand collabs. So let's do that. First, duplicate this section. So clone, and then down, down, down. Okay, let's change this to want to collab. And then first thing we will do is let's duplicate this one, clone, and go down. And then let's change the link to that. And then let's change the title, brands, let's collab. Change the description, Reels, UGC. And I also want them to have an option to just reach out through email. So let's clone this. I'll get rid of the icon. Don't need that. Reach out through email. And then we will delete this and change the icon to, see if we can find an email icon. Perfect. So then we'll add in the mail to address. Okay, and then I want to, I think, reduce the size of this column. So let's go to desktop, find the section, and then move this over to the smallest size and see how that looks through the mobile. Okay, yeah, I think that will work well. Okay, so that is all good. And then I want to adjust this section here. So let's remove a bit of the top. So I want to change the description. So let's adjust this to be graphic design resources. Let's duplicate this. Freebies, courses, resources, codes, and affiliate links. And then I want to make that smaller. That's probably too small. Let's do medium and adjust that. Perfect. And I want to remove the top padding. And then let's duplicate this again and add in brand collab queries below. And let's add a cute little pointy down, because why not? Okay, and then we'll have to adjust that so it's on the same one. Perfect. Let's just reduce the bottom padding of this one so it's all together. And then I also want to reduce the bottom padding of that. I think I want to just update this to my profile picture. So let's search for that. We'll change it to square. Okay, and then let's make it into a circle because that's kind of the theme. And I want to add a white border. So let's do that. Okay, and then let's make it a bit bigger. I think that's good. And let me reduce the size of this altogether. Yeah, that's better. And then instead of graphic design resources, I think I actually want to just change it to my account name. So Mars Creates, and we'll make that a little bit larger. So is that too big? I think that's good. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is just update my social links. So let's click on here. We'll add another item. Okay, and then I want to add in TikTok. So let's look for that. TikTok, there we go. Remove the text. That's not what I want. Need to increase the icon size. Let's look up my account. Mars Creates TikTok. Copy. Custom URL. Open a new window. And then the last one we need to add is YouTube. And I want to put Pinterest at the bottom. Perfect. So let's do add another item. Remove the text. Icon before. And let's search YouTube. Perfect. Okay, and now let's find my channel. Copy. Custom URL. And there we go. 2 to 3 years later, and I finally have a custom link in bio page, and it took me less than an hour, so way to go me. Again, if you guys want to check out ClickFunnels, I have the link below. You can try it for free. It's great if you have multiple things in one, like website, email, digital products, physical products, courses. It's all in one, and if you end up liking it, it's like a one-time yearly or monthly fee. Doesn't increase based on contacts for your email, which I think that's a huge plus. But yeah, I'm excited to finally have a link page, and thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, share to your family, whatever. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.